with you, I'm kind of just gonna go my way here, so you do not need to even be looking at the book. I'm starting with example 2 today. If I say to you 26 is equal to 2 multiplied by x minus 6. You guys have already learned that when a number precedes something in parentheses, it means you multiply the 2 by both things within the parentheses. The things in parentheses that are being multiplied by 2 are the x and the negative 6. The x and the negative 6. Hope, what's 2 times x? And what is 2 times negative 6? Bravo. Okay, does everybody see that? Continue pulling down the equation above it until you get to a place where you have x equals whatever. Notice I copied this down again. That process is very important because it allows you to see any errors and me to see any errors. That way I can actually help you when you have a question. What do we do now? Add, subtract, multiply, divide. Back to where we started. Mason. Yep. Notice how I do it on both sides. A lot of you are doing that in your head. Be careful with that. Not too long from now, you will be tanked if you don't learn how to do it the way I'm showing you. These cancel out, leaving me with 2x equaling the sum of 26 and 12. 38. What do I do now, Mr. Stu? I picked you because your name rhymes with what we're going to do. We're going to divide by... by 2. Sorry. All right. I know it really wasn't funny. It's Friday. I'm out of jokes. 2x divided into 2 equal parts is 1x. 38 divided into 2 equal parts is 19. Okay? They are not in today's assignment. Well, yes they are. In our book, they're not showing you how to do the checks. But it's really quite simple. There's your x. There's what you believe x is. So 26 equals 2 times 19 minus 6. We can check that. What's 19 minus 6, folks? What's 2 times 13? Very good. You guys rocked it. So you see how sometimes you might have to check it. Ben asked me a great question earlier. So Ben, really, I just double checked it this way, okay? If you do this, I'm going to assume that you did that, then multiplied it by 2, okay? That is my example 2 for you. Different from the one in the book, but it does the same job. It doesn't matter if it's written this way with the value equaling the work, or if it's written like this. Another one. Negative 2 multiplied by 17 minus 3k equals, lost my place, negative 22. So this is the number all by itself on the right. That's what you're used to seeing. Well, now they're throwing them in on your left. It doesn't change the process. You just find the location where the work can be done and work it. Okay? What will we do here? Ethan, what do you think we have to do here, like the one we did up there? Multiply the negative 2 by what? And what kind of... Yes! Negative 3. Okay. The crowd goes wild. Negative 34. Negative 2 times negative 3k is how many k? Emma. Yep. Make sure you're aware of whether or not it's positive or negative when you write it. Bring down your equal sign, bring down that number, and continue to work it the way we did in 3.1. So you see, the only thing you're learning is combining distributing with multi-step equations. That's the only thing you're learning today. Really, we're just putting two pieces of a puzzle together. What are we going to add or subtract? Any ideas? Wow, you guys are killing me. Ben, go. Yeah.
You want to change 34 to positive?
Well, no, it's actually negative, but you mean add it. Yes, good. Add it. Got you, Ben. When we add our 34 to both sides, boom, you end up with 6K and whatever the result is of the sum of 34 and negative 22. Positive 12? Mm-hmm. What will we do now? Sarah, go. Yep. And I know some of you might be thinking, this is an awful lot of paper the way I'm doing it. Yep, it sure is. Get used to it. Algebra problems, generally, it's 2 or 3 per page as time goes on. Only because you want to make sure that you're correct. The more you stretch it out, the more visible it is to you to see if you made an error. To check it, we're going to plug this 2 where K was. Negative 2 multiplied by 17 minus 3 times 2, ran out of room, equals 22? Question mark. There it is. 17 minus 6 is how much? 11? 11 times negative 2, does that equal negative 22? Indeed. Sometimes you might have a few things going on, and example 3 is going to be the one that I think you guys are going to get mad at me for, but please bear with me. I'll try to do a few of these so that you feel comfortable. Yes, but with parentheses. Yes. So here's example 3. Remember, I skipped example 1. Here's example 3. 4K minus the product of 3 and 8K minus 60 is equal to negative 20. Okay. Back in the last chapter test, you guys had to simplify stuff like this. You just never solved them. The thing you had to do was simplify the item being multiplied by the stuff in parentheses first. We're going to do that. The negative 3 gets multiplied by the 8K and the negative 60. That will help us to solve this portion. I don't mean solve it, I'm sorry, simplify it. Negative 3 times positive 8K is negative 24K. Negative 3 times negative 60. What kind of 180 is it? Positive. That's a mistake I'm seeing a lot. Negative times negative is a positive. Bring down that 4K from above that we just ignored and bring down the negative 20 from above. Now that we've simplified our parentheses, we can begin to collect like terms. Do we have any like terms? What are they and what do they become? Wow. Go ahead.
It's 4K and 24K, which would be 20K.
What kind of 20?
Negative.
Good. Thank you. Positive 4 and negative 24. Notice I'm just going to keep writing it over and over. That's a waste of time. Trust me. Practice it now, and it will be second nature to you when you need it to be. Thank you, Amy. Hope, tell me what I'm going to do next. Is there any addition, subtraction?
You're going to subtract the 80.
Bravo, my dear. Whatever we do on the left, we must do on the right. The 180s cancel out, leaving us with a negative 20K on the left and the sum of negative 20 and negative 180 on the right. Grace, what's that sum? Negative 200. Negative 200. Divide by the coefficient to solve for K. K is equal to, when you divide a negative by a negative, the result is positive. And all those rules, you guys copied them at one time. So if you keep getting these wrong for signs, go back over those rules. To test it, you plug this value in where the K's were at. If it says check your solution, I expect to see the checks for your solution. Okay? In the interest of time, though, I won't do this. Grace, did that help you how you would think about number 11 at all? Okay. Okay. Well, this, you've got to work this out first, but number 11, it was already at that point. Number 11 basically started you at line 2, like right here, is where number 11 started you out. Yep. Okay. Hang on one more second, folks. I want to look at number 33 and 35. Stuff similar to number 33 and number 35. Okay, this isn't those problems, but these are similar to number 33 and number 35. Okay? Number 33 and number 35 ask you to find the value of x based on what they give you. Okay? Based on what they give you. So, let me give you some of these that I want you to try. All right, here we go. So we're going to do y plus 4. We're going to do 14. And we're going to do a perimeter of 80 units. Their instructions say find the value of x. I'm doing y. Whatever. Perimeter is the sum of the sides, right? So that means y plus 4 plus 14. What about this side? What's the dimension of that side? Go ahead, Ben. Good. And Ellie, what then would this side be?
14.
You know that because it's a rectangle. Actually, your book will tell you triangle, rectangle, or square. So whatever this is, that side is as well. Whatever this is, so is that. And since perimeter is the sum, addition, of all the sides, these sides added together better equal 80. Let's add all of our y's together. How many y's are there? Go ahead, Amy. She's right. Let's add, we've done our y's. Let's add our constants. 4, 14, 4, and 14. What do you get? 36. I have just simplified this into a place where I can actually solve it now. What do I do next? Ma'am. Bravo. And the result, 2y, that zeroed itself out, is going to be, is it 44? Anybody know what y is based on that information? Leah? Good. Because we divided by 2. Okay? The 33 and 35 problems don't tell you to check. So it says find the value of x, find the value of y. That's what we just did for that one. Okay? I've got another one for you. Number 35 is a square, so mine is going to be a square. So we're going to do perimeter is 52 units. There's two ways to do this. Perimeter is sum of the sides, right? Aren't all of these sides the same if it's a square? So what if I just took this, x plus 2, and multiplied it by how many sides there are? Wouldn't that be the same thing as going x plus 2 plus x plus 2 plus x plus 2? Okay? So for a square, you can just take whatever one side is and multiply it by 4. In any case, that result will give us the perimeter. Since they've given us the perimeter, we use that information and solve. Almost done. Multiply the 4 by both pieces in the parentheses. You end up with 4x plus 8 being equal to 52. By subtracting 8 from both sides, you get 4x equaling, is it 46? Wait, 52. 44, thank you. So if you divide by 4, x must equal 11. And you can actually check that. What's 11 plus 2? Multiply 13 by 4. Tell me what you get. Is that what I said the perimeter was? Bingo.